Yo, what up? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. And I don't know if y'all can see in the background, but we got the winter wonderland popping off. You know what I'm saying? Weather changes. We got a nice little snowfall here. So I'm gonna be driving and trying to be safe, you know. And a lot of people be like, yo, how you being safe if you're doing a YouTube video while you're driving? Well, it's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? I just got the phone somewhere where it gives a nice little view of my face and I'm not taking my eyes off the road. You know what I'm saying? I got the phone sitting, you know, like right there. Got a clear path of vision right there. So there's that. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is I saw a video circulating around social media. And because I'm doing this video in the car, I don't really have, you know, where I can get the clips and the pictures and put them in the video. So forgive me for that. Y'all just had to do a little bit of research on your own. But apparently there was some controversy about some people who were at a restaurant, and then some women started twerking or whatever, like at the restaurant, right? And I guess there's like two sides of this outrage. There's people who were upset because the women were behaving that way, and then there were some people who were upset because the restaurant owner said some things to the woman. Now, I've only looked at this clip, and I've only read a couple tweets and a couple posts on Facebook about it. So, you know, I don't really know what the general consensus is, but in my opinion, it's not really rocket science. When you go to a restaurant, you go to eat. When you go to a club, you go to a club to dance, you know, and I mean, if you want to get down like that, I guess you could twerk at a club, you know what I mean? I don't know, some people like that shit. Me personally, it's odd and exploitive behavior or whatever, you know. But yeah, so I guess a lot of people, there's some people who are upset that the woman was twerking. Me personally, I'm an old school person. Like I said, if you're going to a restaurant, you go to the restaurant to eat. It's not really that difficult. Sit down, eat your meal, you know what I'm saying? If it's a bar, get your drink or whatever, and then bounce. Behave while you're at the restaurant. You know, you don't need to be loud, obnoxious, any of that kind of stuff. You know, and that's it. But apparently there's a group of people who are upset because the woman was twerking, all right, and some things were said. Now, my question that I gotta ask is, why would you really be upset because somebody said some things? You're at a restaurant and you're at the restaurant to eat. Nobody was treating you any kind of, you know, unfairly. Nobody was doing anything. You know what I mean? And even if you were doing a certain thing and somebody else wasn't, I mean, shit, you're at a restaurant. If you're not eating, then you got to at some point expect somebody to possibly say something to you. You know what I'm saying? Twerking can be considered, you know, odd behavior. You know what I mean? It can be inappropriate at times. I don't know what kind of restaurant it was. I don't know if it was a family environment or not. Like I said, I had to do a little bit of research, but it's a lot more interesting things that I'd like to do research about. Not really so much motherfuckers twerking, you know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, people shouldn't really behave like that anyway. It's kind of exploitive, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I don't know what the big deal is, man. It's a lot more important things going on out there than twerking. That's some more odd behavior. The fact that niggas is putting so much emphasis on this. The fuck is you putting so much? Like I said before, everybody wanted Joe Biden as president, all right? So like I said, it looks like Joe Biden might actually end up being the president, you know? So one of the first things that Joe Biden is going to do is he's going to put that stimulus package out there. Instead of people being worried about how they're going to get their certain percentage of the stimulus package, and you know, Joe Biden didn't put a lot of black people on his cabinet, despite the fact that he got 87% or 13% of the population's votes. You know, they more concerned with, you know, somebody twerking at a restaurant. How's that productive? How's that normal behavior? They had an objective that they felt that Trump was just so bad that they needed to get him out of there. All social media efforts, everything everybody is concentrating on should be geared at this stimulus package that's coming out and getting a nice generous portion of the stimulus package, because they said that you know, that was one of the ways that he had planned on dealing with that racial wealth gap, which is actually a problem. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got kids. A lot of us have kids who will be in their 30s and 40s in 2050. We'll be grandparents by then. You know what I'm saying? Unless, you know, the transhumanist efforts are allowing people to maintain their youth by then. You know what I'm saying? Which they might. You never know, you know. But if the world is progressing in the same way and at the same rate that it currently is, and especially people dying with coronavirus, then it probably won't. So we need to be concentrating on other things, more important things, like that stimulus package. They also have a coronavirus vaccine that's coming out. A lot of people work in healthcare. People need to be worried about that. New studies come out that just find that the coronavirus, once you're infected and once you heal, you can maintain immunity for 6 months. All right. So if you can maintain immunity from 6 months of the coronavirus, then, you know, maybe that might be a factor to be taken into consideration when dealing with this vaccine. You know, people ain't thinking about that though. These motherfuckers thinking about these people that was twerking. I don't think that's very wise. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's very wise at all. I think it's more high priority things that people need to have their eyes on. You know, people are gonna do stupid shit like twerk at a restaurant all day. People are gonna do stupid shit like not wear a mask outside. People are gonna do stupid shit like be loud and obnoxious. People need to distance themselves from these people. Now, if people wanted to do social media posts about it, and if people wanted to make a big deal about it, they make a big deal about it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Embarrass those people to the point where it's not worth exhibiting that kind of behavior. So that as a whole, people are more productive towards society. Shun that person out of existence. Don't give more attention to the shit. You know? And how, I mean, there's no way that you could justify twerking at a restaurant. I'm just about to twerk at this restaurant. It's just what I'm about to do. My plan for the next minute and a half is I'm gonna twerk. What does that do? You're not even at a place where twerking is acceptable. It's not like these people are making a video saying that your behavior at a club or a bar or at a social setting was inappropriate. They're saying that your behavior at a sit-in, eat establishment was inappropriate, and it was. I mean, that's just the facts. It don't have nothing to do with racism. Nobody being racist. You know what I'm saying? Twerking ain't something that's exclusive to black people that you weren't allowed to do because of the color of your skin. It don't have nothing to do with that. Don't bring that in it, please. Stop embarrassing people and stop, you know what I'm saying, like using racism when racism don't need to be used. And just stop doing stupid shit. I did a video earlier today about inappropriate behavior, and then this shit comes out, you know? I think that motherfuckers don't have proper social conditioning. You know what I mean? Like, I think that people actually are so damaged mentally that they don't know how to behave socially. They don't know how to conduct themselves in the public. You know? And then the fact that this is something that needs to be questioned. The fact that this is something that people actually find they think that it needs to be up for debate. This don't need to be up for debate. This don't need to be up for debate. This is very simple. Look at the codes. Look at the rules of the restaurant. You know what I mean? Look at the average behavior of the restaurant. Was everybody else there twerking? Was everybody else there doing crazy shit? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the video, but if it's not something that you didn't see everybody else doing, now I'm not saying follow the crowd. I'm just saying if you're at an establishment, you know, try to follow the general pattern of behavior. This is something that people's parents should have taught them. You know what I mean? It's common sense. It's not anything that you need to take a course for. You know, you don't need to take a course, a week-long course for $19.99 about how to behave in public. How much TV has people watched? How many books have people read? How many times over your life have you been in a restaurant? I bet you this the first time I don't want to say first time. I bet you it's one of the few times people tried to twerk or do something stupid like that at a restaurant. How did it end? What was the results? Probably wasn't good. Probably didn't get anything out of it. Was it a value-added transaction? Did you get any value out of it? Did you make any money? I don't really I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, like strippers, you know what I mean? Like I would rather see women, use their brains, because women are extremely smart, instead of being strippers. But some people are strippers, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A lot of smart strippers out there. The economy is not the best, and people are having a difficult time finding jobs. And coronavirus, with its closures, is compressing the economy even more. Okay, so let's say you can't find a traditional job. If you got a nice body and you do whatever, and motherfuckers want to strip, okay, go ahead, strip, do your thing. As long as you're making money. If you're making money from stripping, then that's fine. That's a value-added transaction, I guess, for the most part, a net value-added transaction, because there's a lot of negative that comes with stripping too. But these women didn't strip. These women didn't get any money. All these women got was negative publicity. It's a negative value-added transaction. You don't do no shit like that. That's what I try to tell people about these value-added transactions. Make value-added transactions. You know what I'm saying? Stupid behavior, man. People need to stop it. I don't know how many times I've said that. People need to stop with this dumb shit. Do value-added transactions. Don't do dumbass shit. Don't do dumbass shit. Don't do non-equity transactions. Do value-added transactions. Making a spectacle of yourself, twerking at a restaurant, and now you plaster it all over social media. It's not a value-added transaction. Now, who knows? It could be value-added, but it ain't value-added, as of right now. The person who is twerking, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? That video could go viral. It could be posted to their social media. It might get a few pennies off of it because of the traffic. I mean, but then at the end of the day, if you can't create any more content that's competitive with that original video, it's not going to be a perpetual income stream. You know what I mean? So where was the value? You got a one-time payout from a high traffic post. All right, what now? What you gonna do now? You got any other content to keep that up? You got anything else to maintain that? Because you got a bunch of high traffic motherfuckers that's looking at your ass that already done posted their commentary about it. They posted their commentary about it, and you probably don't have high traffic. So guess what? You're not even gonna be able to respond to the things that they say, and they might have your back and they might not. Now what? This is what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I don't know how do you justify this? How do you have somebody's back in this kind of situation? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I just got this notification on my phone. It says, looks like there's a video that's coming on about some things that I'm interested in. So that's cool. I'm gonna watch that. And I think I'm done with this, man. Just stop doing stupid shit. That's really it. It's the very first step to things getting better for everybody is for everybody to stop doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. It's not hard. It's a lot of different ways that you can initiate the stop doing stupid shit program. You know what I'm saying? You can look around and see what everybody else is doing. You can read the rules of an establishment before you go inside. You can listen to your conscience and say, does this feel right or does this feel wrong? There's a lot of ways you can do that. There's nobody asking you to create a rocket, a jet fuel engine. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you to navigate a path clear to the center of Antarctica. Nobody's asking you to do any of that. Nothing that's actually difficult. only thing that you're being asked is to just do basic, normal human shit. You know, I talk a lot about how the United States doesn't consider people humans, which they don't, and how most of the population at large doesn't consider people humans, which they don't. One of the ways to gain that kind of respect, or at least that kind of equity, equality, or whatever, is to mimic human-like behavior. Stop acting like an animal. If I go through a zoo and I see animals behaving the way that certain people behave, I'm going to say that's animal-like behavior. If I walk through society and I see people behaving, in unison with the way that people behave, I'm going to say for the most part, this is human civilized behavior. Behave like a fucking human. Start a pattern of that shit. Continue it. Make it perpetual. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's not hard to figure none of this shit out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. So, that being said, I'm gonna hop up off of here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please make sure you follow all my social media: Black Light Revelations 1, Black Light Revelations 2, here on YouTube, BitChute, DLive, Twitch, and Facebook, all Black Light Revelations. Please make sure you follow those. And also, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Periscope at King and Queen Legends 1 and King and Queen Legends 2. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.